Hello, it's Jeff for Budget PTCG here. And if you take a look at my coin level, I now have over 500 coins. I have 573 coins to be exact. So now I can go in and buy my first theme deck, which will be a considerable improvement over what you're given to start the game. So you click on the shopping cart icon, come in there, and you click decks. Now, theme decks, just so you know, we can play now in the versus ladder. It's really as a new player what you want on Pokemon PTCGO, but these theme decks are not going to be a part of Pokemon TCG Live when Live comes out. Theme decks are going away. It makes sense because theme decks are no longer sold. They stopped selling like a year and a half ago, something like that. I don't remember exactly. They've been replaced by V battle decks. They're similar to the theme decks, but they include, I believe, one V Pokemon. Um, Only having one V is certainly very inconsistent, but that's the newer product. So that's the lower level, and then there's the League battle decks that are better than the V battle deck. So I think there's a likelihood that perhaps V battle decks or League battle decks will be an option to play within Pokemon PTCG Live. At least I hope so. I'd like to have something besides standard for starting out with, because as for newer players, if you can only play standard, you're going to have a limited set of cards to choose from. Now we will get some decks when we start. I believe they said. I think we get 8 decks, one probably for each type. I would suspect, and there's probably some format we can play those in. And what seems logical at this point is the V battle decks. But at this point, we have theme decks to choose from. If one way to go would be to get the Charizard theme deck, which is the first one here that's highlighted. It is a good theme deck, although I don't even think it's the best fire deck. I think Relentless Flame is the best fire deck. Um, so Charizard is not what I'm going to do now. You can use that to build a standard deck. You would probably buy 2 Charizard theme decks, which is 1,000 coins, and then you need to make some trades for additional pieces like Evolution Incense and such. But again, that's more pieces than we have, so I don't think that's the starting place. We want to start. I want to start with what I think is the best theme deck, and that's going to be Soaring Storm. The decks I think the top decks are Soaring Storm, Relentless Flame. So we have those. Then Unseen Depth is the top water deck, and Towering Heights for fighting, Laser Focus for psychic, and Rillaboom for grass. Those are the top decks in my mind. So Soaring Storm. So I highlight that. I'm going to click redeem. It asks me what I want. I say, do I want to do it? Confirm. Yes. Everything's new. I just say done. All right, I will take a quick look at the deck. We'll go through a little deck review since I'm going to be jumping in and being playing that for a bit. I think. How do we see these decks? Oh, deck manager. Okay, so I'll click deck manager. These are all the decks I own of any type. So Born of Fire, you can see these are all only in theme. Soaring Storm in theme. I'm gonna put a star on that. It moves it to the top, and that means I think I favorite it. You can if you want to play yourself before jumping online, you can do test deck, but I don't think there's any reason to do that for this deck. So let's just take a quick look. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I cloned the deck, and I don't want the clone, so I'm going to delete that. So Soaring Storm, I want to look inside the deck. So it's also one of the nice things that's got a mix of types. So you can make your choices based on weakness to avoid weakness or to hit your opponent for weakness as you can. There's some lightning Pokemon, Thunderous, and Lantern, which evolves from Chinchu, which are good Pokemon. Tornadus as a colorless. You've got Dragon Pokemon, which is good for Dragon challenges. Dragonite is very good. It does a lot of damage at 170 and allows you to accelerate energy per turn. And then it has an engine, which is nice. You have Pidgeotto, 2 of those, which lets you look at 2 cards per turn once in your turn and put one in your hand. The other card goes to the bottom of your deck. Grimer can be a good starter. It for no energy draws 2 cards. So starting off with that to kind of build up your hand is what you go. So a good selection of Pokemon. Some energy Pokemon search with that, some switching. It has 2 Cynthia, a very important card. Lets you shuffle your deck into your hand, and your deck draw 6. You have some Hows that draw 3, recover some energy, which is good because if you're using Dragonite, when you use the attack, you discard 3 energy. So that is very useful to get them back into your hand to reattach them. Lily's okay, particularly at the start, to draw 6 or 8 on your first turn. You have to go second to be able to play a supporter. Pokemon Fan Club for some basic. Tate and Liza for additional draw, an occasional switch, and then 2 types of energy, lightning and water. So you get those things. It has a coin. Each box comes with, theme deck comes with its coin that you play with automatically, the box, and the sleeves, which are basic sleeves. So we jump over. So that's where we're at. So we jump over to the versus ladder, which I showed you, which I did before when I went in the first time. Now I'm going to select Soaring Storm. Just want to go over the reward system briefly. It's about to reset, so I'm not going to make much progress today. The every 3 weeks it resets, and it goes through through this bar progress. As you get more through wins, you get points. You get coins, which will add to the coins. You get chests, which you can open. You get tickets, which accumulate for the total. Once you get 4 tickets, you can start to play a themed event. That's where you can compete head-to-head in a tournament with 8 players, single elimination. And then you get packs and then cards. In this case, a Cramorant V card. And then at the second tier, you get the V Max. You get the number of coins increases as it gets harder. As you work your way up, the number of packs increases, and so on. And then ultimately, you get a full art trainer. I don't personally care about the artwork. Basic art's fine with me. I'm worried about what the card does. But at least from my standpoint, in the 3-week period, you want to get usually to the second from the top where you get the maximum 5 packs. This time it was particularly good because they were Fusion Strike cards. I don't know that I'm going to get up to any Fusion Strike packs here, but that's where we're at. So I selected theme, Soaring Storm, and away we go. I hit play. I'll record the first game, probably stop it at that, and then I'll report back later on. So I always choose heads. I just, it's good just to me you have a default move so you don't have to think about it. I get to go. They won, but they let me go first, so that is good. I don't have a choice for starter. That's not the best starter because the stage 1 accelerates energy to it from the Pokemon, so you prefer that to be on the bench to start the game. But that is what it is. I will have an option to switch out to a different Pokemon this turn if I want. They're benching a bunch of cards, which generally you don't want to do. There's not a lot of hand disruption. All right, so I have this. So what do I do here? So I want to get another Pokemon in play, so I'm going to play Pokemon Communication. I put 1 card Pokemon back in the deck, which has to be that one. And I think I want to just play Grimer next turn. So the retreat cost of that is 1. So I'm just double checking that. Grimer just to draw 2 cards to kind of get things going. It's not a great start, but I don't have a lot to do. I'll play that. I will attach, which I could attack, or sorry, still coughing. I could attack, or I can retreat next turn. My plan is to retreat next turn. Retreat so I can use Grimer. Resistance, so it did no damage. So I'm going to retreat the Grimer. I think I want to get some other Pokemon. The question is, what is it? All right. Tornadus is a good attacker. Takes 2 energy. I want to get going. Getting him up, up to Dragonite's important, but that's a bunch of turns still. So I guess I'm just going to go. Thundurus is a very good attacker, particularly early in the game, so I'm going to bench him. I don't want that. I only have 1 energy, so that'd be a waste. I want to attach a lightning here. and then collect, draw 2. All right, have energy. I would have preferred to get some Pokemon or some trainers because I really need to start getting my board developed. So they're going to flip coins. Potentially I could get knocked out. I won't. And I could get knocked out next turn, but hopefully not. So that's not terrible. Again, I don't want to recover energy. I only have 1. I will attach to Thunderous. I can do some decent damage next turn if that's what I have to do. So collect, draw 2. All right, Pidgey, that's good. That's better than the energies I don't need, but Pidgey's good because I want to get that draw engine up as soon as I can. So I'm going to attack with Thunderous this turn. I will not get the knockout, but ooh, Pidgey, and I have a Pidgeotto, so that's quite nice for next turn. So I need to do, I need to attach here, and then I want to attack, and I want to put damage on a Pokemon. I'm trying to think, does this have any spread? I think it does not, their deck, so in which case I do it to Pidgey because that's not one that I like to attack with. I can attack with Gale, Thunderous Gale next turn for knockout if I'm still alive, and I should be. So this game, they've started off pretty well. Zamazenta is probably, it is the best metal deck, I think, but I don't think it's one of the top decks in the game. As you get challenges, for Metal Challenge if you want, that is a smart choice for that. All right, so they're going to move all their energy because they're getting knocked out. Then they'll knock me out next turn, unfortunately. So I can do that. I will look at the top 2 cards of my deck. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only draw like 1 card, which isn't great. So I guess I'll get another Pidgey out. The draw for Lily is really limited. Unfortunately, that wasn't a great set of cards. I'm going to knock him out. Maybe I could retreat into him and do 10 and get the knockout, and then I have... Actually, I think that's the play I want to make. Retreat. Retreat and knock out with him. I think that's the play. So I will need to keep the lightning energy. Oh, no. Let's get rid of the water energy because I need 2 lightning. I will attach 1 lightning here. Sure. And take the knockout. Now I've evened up on prizes, but I'm going to get knocked out next turn. But if they choose to attack with Zamazenta, which is what they're set up for, I knock out Zamazenta. And that's quite good for me when they miss the knockout. So I may then choose to attack with him for not. I think I'm in good shape here, so I'm going to attach. And they can see they were in trouble. They were in a bad spot there. I was trying to think through my sequence. That went relatively quick, or quickly, I guess. So you can see now I've got a chest. So I'll open that up before I'm done, I guess. But I will do 1 more game since that was quick. As you can see, Soaring Storm works much better than those decks that I was given, that you're given free to start. This is an older deck from Sun and Moon era. Was it Bright Tide? I don't know what that is. Probably not a great deck, though. Heads, as I always choose, and I want to go first with this deck. You usually want to be able to evolve, and this is pretty solid. So I can, that's a very nice opening hand. So my opponent did not have a basic, so So I'll get a mulligan, but this is very nice. Okay. I'm not going to worry about what they are. I'll figure it as we go along. But I have a couple of Pidgeys. Tornadus. If I have the Tornadus on the bench, I can use it boosts this attack, Thunderous Gale, to do 70 damage for 2. So that's quite nice. It really is a good opening hand. I'm first, so now we're using the bench things. So I'll get 2 Pidgeys in play. I don't have 3 Pidgeotos. I want him for sure. Do I want the Grimer? Probably not, so I will just pass. Grimer is good to get going, but since I'm starting to do damage next turn, I want the bench space to get Dragonite up, or Lantern, I believe is the right name. Well, that's quite nice there. So I evolve Pidgeotto, do this, find out what I'm getting. He's a good Pokemon to get in play, so I will do that. Maybe I should have done. I'll do this because I do want to get him going too, because he is really key to this game. And then I might want to get a Thunderous. I might want to get another one. I'm not going to bench him, but have him on hand if and when he gets knocked out. And I want to get him down so I can evolve, attach, and do the first attack, which will do 70 for knockout. That's because I had the Tornadus on the bench. If I didn't have a Tornadus, then I would have benched one that I already had, or I could have used Pokemon Fan Club to get a Tornadus to get that. So I have knockout next turn. I don't know if they should have attached to the active or not. It does 10 damage, but I'm going to knock it out this turn. I don't know. Let's see, do I want to use the Lily? I'm going to get, like 1 card? All right, Bug Catcher, might as well draw, because I do want to try to get these Pokemon evolving. I get 2 cards. All right, so I just attack. Knockout, take a second prize. They are not getting their board developed very well. And I have knockout on that Pokemon unless they can evolve it. Unfortunately, they're all 70 HP Pokemon, and I'm doing 70 damage per turn. Look at what, 1 of your face down prize card? That's a mighty strange attack. That was not, I don't think, was a good attack at all. Let's see, what do I want to attach energy to here? I guess I want to attach to him. Let me get this, in case I get him evolved, I do want to get some lightning to transfer, and then I will Cynthia, shuffle in and draw, because I need to get these cards evolving, and I'll see more cards that way. And they concede. So, and I was in a much better position than them. So you can see from those 2 games, I'm playing against people with low elos, probably new players without much experience. So up against with a good deck, better than I think my opponent's decks, and went through quite nicely. So I will. So the goal is, so I'm going to be signing off shortly. So what I'm going to do is keep playing. Once I get to 500 coins again, and I might play enough, if I can move up the ladder, maybe I can get these a Fusion Strike pack, which would be nice, and I'll open that. But so the goal is to get the different, at least the 6 decks I'm talking about that'll help me with different challenges. And then once I get beyond that, I can start maybe picking up 2 Charizard decks to put together a Charizard deck. I will open up the chest I got for it. I close up, so I hit collection. It's under packs. And you click on it, and then you hit the upload button. Okay, so it's upside down, or it's hidden, so with the gold border, so it's a better card, so got a V. So that is, I don't know if that's a particularly useful card, but it's nice to get a V. So that's it for Budget TCG for now. Take care.